Hello, everyone. I wanted to drop in before Chef Maiku has to go enjoy flute choir. Um, yeah, I was editing, guys. If I'm late these days, it's usually because I'm editing. Um, I do need to get back to editing, so I need to get right to practicing and then get right back into editing. I hope you guys don't mind. So, as chatty as I love to be, I think I actually need to stay on more or less on schedule today. So, sorry, guys. Um, the video I'm editing right now is the one on this, the CAM.VOYAGE flute swab, which I freaking love. Spoiler, I really love it. But anyway, how are you guys today? It's admittedly a little cold right now, so if it takes a little bit for me to warm up today, you guys will know why. Okay, give me a second to do the idiotic thing, which is dropping this into my shirt. Oh, you gotta love it. This is what I get for not doing this ahead of time. I get to look like an absolute idiot in front of you guys. Okay, there we go. So there's my mic. I'm going to now turn it on and clip it to myself. There we go. Cool. All right, it's on. Gonna clip it to myself. Hello, Victor, Chef Maiku, Void, Brendan, Midnight Moth. How are you all doing? Welcome back. Copano, if you are still here, thank you so much for the JAF2 Tier 2 membership. Really helps me out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys continue to enjoy the content that I put out for you guys. So Midnight Moth, you are currently having dinner with your mom after spending a whole day at the podiatrist with her. Oh, wow. Hello, Midnight Moth's mom as well. I hope you're doing well. You guys, I hope everything is going okay. And yeah, you know, do all the things you need to do to take care of yourselves, you know? So, okay. Where am I? What am I doing? Well, I'm kind of in the middle of a workday, so I would not be surprised if I am maybe a little bit distracted for today's practice session, but you know, we're here. I am making time for myself to practice because if I don't, none of the practicing will happen. Okay. Oh, did I not actually put it into the correct thing here? Why is there it is. Okay, now it's doing it. Okay. We're going to switch now to this microphone so I can not have a huge microphone in my face while I set up here. So I'm very distracted right now from editing, but how are all y'all? Are you guys doing well? What are you guys up to? Is there anything that we can celebrate or listen if you guys need to, you know, like have a safe place to vent? You know, maybe keep it generally not too heavy because we are in a very public space right now. But if you wanted to share anything, you know, especially music related, we would love to nerd out with you. Okay. Let's see. Greg, hello. Hello, Shane. Welcome back. You finished a live but remote scoring session. Oh, that sounds super fun. Chef Mike, gearing up for NFA in August. Your group is performing there this year. That's what you guys are doing. That's super fun. I hope you guys have a great time. Shane, you say you can't stay because it's 12:13 a.m. in Ireland. Thank you, though. I appreciate you dropping by just to say hello. I hope you have a lovely sleep. no worries. This is going to go up as a VOD forever. So, Void, you're preparing for flood of tourists due to the eclipse. Oh, I see. Um, it's Linny. Hello. Currently trying to convince your parents to let you go to the Seattle Flute Festival. Yes, that's true. Right. I I I got the official go ahead yesterday and the official post. So I will be at the Seattle Flute Festival on Sunday, April 14th, 2 p.m. for an official meet and greet at the Flute Center booth. So, yeah, my first public meet and greet. I've done some more like private ones where like I privately reached out to my students because my students are all remote. So like I privately reached out to students and did like a little meet and greet at the Flute Center before. But yeah, been a blast. Been doing those a lot lately. The live scoring sessions, oh, so cool. Composers really love doing them, especially after figuring out that you can actually do scoring sessions over Discord. Yo, that is super fun. That is super, super fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys keep talking. I just need to get going with practicing because I need to get back into editing right after this. Yeah. Okay. There is a chance that I might need to stave off the posting of the video until Sunday. I hope you guys don't mind. Or maybe Saturday evening or something like that. Like I may not be able to post it until Friday afternoon for my for early access for my paying members, which means that it won't be released until at least Saturday evening, afternoon Pacific time. So, but we're gonna try and get as much done before dinner. And yeah, anyway, it's time to practice. So let's do this. But yeah, you guys keep talking, keep chatting. We're here to nerd. If you need a space to just be a nerd, you know, this is the space to be a nerd. Jane, hello. You doing well? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's get our timer going. Pop the earplug in and get practicing. Okay, I will take that. Dorinda, hello. Welcome. Welcome, first timer. We hope you have a grand time here. We're just here to be giant nerds together and have a great time. Kind of like today, right now, it's like middle of the workday, kind of like time to take a break and just be a nerd. So I'm glad I'm doing it. I think this is the refresh that I need. So Linny, you've been starting your practices with C Harmonics and you are noticing that your tone is a lot more centered. Yes, it's probably because you're essentially teaching yourself how your flute wants, like you're letting your flute teach you how it wants to be played. Awesome, awesome. So Jane, you're getting yourself ready for hospital on Monday. Oh, okay, sounds good. I hope everything goes well. And you know, so many hugs and just all the healing vibes sending your way. So yeah, surgery Tuesday. Ooh, that's big. Okay. All right. Honestly, like, all the best. All the best. You have all of our love and support here. Yes. So Liddy, it's made you realize that your flute really like the back of your mouth. Can I hazard a guess? Do you play a Yamaha? It's one of the most back playing flutes out there. So that's why I'm just hazarding a quick guess. Okay, not bad. I'm correct. Hey, yes! Yes, I'm correct. It is one of the most back playing flutes out there. I notice this across different models as well. Like even the higher models are also very back playing, which is fantastic. I find it hilarious that I'm correct. Okay, let's go to Della Sonorite. We are doing page 21, number 28. So these are interval exercises. Yeah, so these are tone exercises. Interval leaps. Interval jeeps. Okay, interval leaps. Our bass note is a high G. And we are slurring from the changing notes to the high G. Yeah. So it's a 362. That's great, excellent. Brendan, you also play on Yamaha, have been noticing the same thing. See? Exactly. All Yamahas are very, very back playing. I think it'll be a very interesting day if they ever decide to stop doing that. I actually find that is just like such a Yamaha trait that I would be very surprised if they change that in future models. Yeah, interval yeets. Yes. That is exactly what they are. They are interval yeets, are exactly what we are doing. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Welcome back. I can't believe I'm right. It makes me feel like I am doing the right job for me. You know those moments when you like do something or say something where you're like, maybe I did pick the right job for myself. Okay, let's do this. Better, even better than the last 2 days. So we're making progress. Let's play it as written. That is the 4th articulation style. So we'll do that. Not terrible. I think going up, I can still stand to stick my lip out further. I think I'm not doing it quite enough. So I want to do the bits going really high. Not bad. Not bad. The it can still be better, but that I think is some of the best I have done yet. Okay, circular breathing. So Lenny, your low notes are full, but your high notes are really thin. Yeah. So it's probably because your low notes probably sit, resonating wise, they sit behind the teeth. And so that's a pretty easy place to feel the air spinning. Your high notes, are going to have to resonate probably, I want to say, half to 2/3 the way into the mouth against the roof of the mouth. That's where you should feel the air spinning, while you keep your lip stuck out a little bit. So it kind of feels like you're going like that. And at least that's where I typically expect Yamahas to resonate. Their high notes are like way up there. Support will also help as well. So a very easy way to make sure you're supporting correctly is to tuck your butt in. So practice standing up because this is the easiest way to really feel this. But tuck your butt in, and then as your butt is tucked in, you just kind of bend your knees a tiny bit, and you'll notice that what that does, that combination of tucking your butt in and bending your knees just a tiny bit, will cause your lower core to engage by itself. And then if you just play like that, you'll be really nice and supported. So that's a really great way of just kind of like making your body support without having to think about it too hard. Yeah, it is posture related, as you said. So anyway, let's do some more circular breathing. I have a lot of phlegm in the back of my nose today. Hi, Beatrice. That really could be the case that the flute just didn't choose you. The other thing as well that usually what happens if you can feel the low notes and you can feel the high notes, but the middle register is just not really there. It's probably because you're probably being forced to, like, you have to resonate the note in what I like to call no man's land in the mouth. So it's where, because usually, like, if you're playing on an instrument that feels really good to you, it's because you can actually feel the air like kind of resonating and spinning at certain points in your mouth, depending on the note that you're playing. And you can only really feel it spinning if it's against something. So if it's like against the back of your teeth, or against where your teeth meet the gums, or against the roof of your mouth. So if you have something to feel it against, then that flute's going to be very comfortable for you. But if it's a flute that forces you to keep that air spinning, but in a space inside of your mouth where you kind of have to guess and you can't actually feel it, then that's going to be a guessing game constantly. So there have been flutes that I have had to review that that's what happens to me. So I call it no man's land. And usually that happens in the middle register. So like it's usually, I want to say around E, middle register E to about middle register A to B, somewhere around there. Like you just feel like you can't, you feel like you just can't feel it. Did I actually summarize it perfectly? Yeah, like this is something that I have experienced on flutes that I have had to review. That if it doesn't fit your mouth, sometimes your mouth just does not have a physical like thing against which you can feel the air spinning, you know? So in those cases, sometimes what I end up having to do is use my cheek muscles or my tongue to compensate, to like give my air something to spin against, which is not good. You do not actually want to long-term play on an instrument that forces you to use your cheeks or your tongue to compensate for essentially like shape issues. So last week, I was trying a bunch of woodify rings on my flute and doing a review, and there was one of them, the walnut, that forced me to have to use my cheek muscles and my tongue to compensate for, you know, like for shape issues inside of my mouth. And I spent a week getting my own embouchure back. So yeah. You know, Jane, I also was not aware of where the air resonated until I started reviewing a ton of flutes. Because, you know, once you start comparing a whole bunch of flutes against each other, you start to feel the difference very viscerally. Yeah, your jaw was hurting after half an hour. Exactly. So it's probably because you're forced to use like some cheek muscles or like jaw muscles, maybe your tongue. And your tongue muscle and all that stuff is connected all together, right? So if you're like really like using your tongue to like compensate for like for shape issues essentially, then it can cause a lot of tightness all in here, including your jaw. Yeah. So despite my diagrams, you haven't been able to feel the air in your mouth. Here's something that I am suspecting. This is a thing that I've been thinking about especially over the last week, because I feel like especially doing all 5 woodifys in one session really made me realize how much of a chameleon I am. So I think partially it's that I am such a chameleon when it comes to flutes. Like I can essentially force my mouth to compensate for whatever shape I need for whatever flute I'm playing, which, you know, makes me, you know, good at my job, which is reviewing flutes. But at the same time, I think part of it is that I'm much more hyper aware of like how the air feels differently inside of my mouth from flute to flute. Whereas if you're only on the one flute for a really long time and you don't have a whole bunch more to compare with, it is actually hard to know like what your air is doing, right? It's only if you play a whole bunch of different flutes that you can actually tell what the difference is, right? And so the other part of it though is that I think the inside of my mouth is like so nondescript that I am able to like morph it to whatever I want. So I don't like, I have a very like blank canvas resonant chamber inside my mouth. Like for some reason, the shape of my mouth and my lips is like so middle of the road and nondescript, amorphous, that I think I can bend it to whatever I want to do. So you started feeling the air after watching my videos. That's great, Beatrice. Okay, see you later, Michael. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, so I think it's like from my understanding, at least from my own experience, so prior to me reviewing a ton of flutes, I had the same issue too, where I just could not, I just couldn't, I just didn't know what to focus on inside of my mouth. But then once I started to feel the massive differences between so many different flutes, I started to be able to zero in on what are the common denominators amongst all flutes and what are the specific unique aspects of each flute. So I think this is actually one of those things where, you know how when you ask a professional, like, how do you do blah, 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 and they're like, I don't know, just feel it. And you just want to strangle them a little. Well, I get it if you want to strangle me. I because I do find it, oh, cheers. I do find it very difficult to explain how I started feeling these differences and how to start, how you guys should start feeling the difference. I think part of it is, I never thought I would be one of these people, but I think part of it is that some part of this is innate to me, that like I just, my personality is just so much of a chameleon when it comes to music, that like my musical personality is a chameleon. And because of that, that's so natural to me. I will just change myself. I'll bend myself to a flute. So yeah, legitimately a higher end flute that where you can feel a little bit more of the differences and something that matches your mouth a little better can actually definitely help you, especially if you've been playing for that long. So anyway, good talk. Okay, what are we doing? We're doing 166. So let me find the page where 166 is in the Moyse 480 exercises. So 166. Okay, we are doing triads, like arpeggios basically on A. So we're starting with diminished triad. Your playing improves so much when you upgrade it. Definitely worth it. There you go. You got Linny also supporting you, Beatrice. I don't know if we are supporting you or enabling you. I think it all depends on how you frame it. What is the actual definition of a how do you even say that? Sommelier? A wine steward? So a trained and knowledgeable wine professional. Oh, it's one of those people who are like, you know, they smell the thing. Oh, it has notes of blah 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 and notes of chocolate and notes of blah blah blah. I guess I'm that with flutes. And it's it, you know how people say that wine tasting courses are like the hardest courses to take? I think that's basically what this is. Oh man. Okay. Um, let's do our arpeggios. I was not prepared for the slide. I'm going to try the slide again. Okay. Pearl 227, vintage 1950, has bright silver overtones and very light low register. Would not be surprised. The vintage flutes tend to have a very sweet character to them. Part of it is that the shape of the lip hole, for the most part on vintage flutes, tend to be more oval and smaller. And so what I believe it might do is it might actually kind of like restrict how rich and full and projecting you can play. So it restricts you to a very, very sweet sound. So if you listen to like, you know, like vintage recordings, you'll notice that most flutes just naturally sound very sweet, like extremely sweet and delicate. And my understanding is that it's how the lip cuts were made back then. They're not quite as square as we have them these days. So, oh dear, the cork of your piccolo just started coming off. You mean the part on the tendon, right? So for now, try to keep it together. What I would do is take it to a technician sooner than later, so that they can either glue it back on or they can just straight up replace that piece of cork. It should not be too expensive for them to do it. So it's cork, so it will degrade over time. That's actually to be expected. So don't panic. I would say just make a quick trip, a quick call, email, or something to whoever you take your instrument to for repair. Just tell them that you need it either glued back or replaced. Go in for a quick visit. It's normal. It's cork. The cork will degrade. So yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. It's all good. It's okay. You're safe. All right. The piccolo can be fixed. All right. It's totally fine. I know that a lot of times we tend to think it's kind of the end of the world, but let me tell you, I feel like once you've been through enough life, most things can be fixed. And it's okay. So it's totally fine. Yeah. So deep breaths, okay? Stay calm, totally fine. You'll think more rationally, and then you can get it fixed, and then you will not be thinking about it for a long time again. Like the moment you get it fixed and you have it back in your hands, it's going to be a thing of the past. Past, that is. All right. You got it. Don't worry. It's okay. It happened to me too. It's all kind of part of it. Okay, next try it. Nothing like playing a piccolo and the pad glue gives out. Oof. I have had nightmares of dropping my flute into a puddle and then watching the pads float out, which is not possible. Like, that's just not physically possible, but I have had dreams of that. Okay. Excellent. We will keep going. There we go. Movement 3. Well, let's go to movement 2 first. And let's do our little drill. And then we will go through the third movement as we have been. So, or no, let's see. I think it's in the development section that we are doing our drill in. Okay, so here we go. Getting there. Getting there. We keep going. All right, so I think now we are going to go forwards, I believe. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh, you're about to play piccolo at a concert today. Now you're irrationally nervous. You will do great. I agree with everyone here. I agree.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, play it as written. I feel I am so close to getting it all, like all the puzzle pieces together. So usually when I'm at this point where I feel like I'm really close to getting it all working together, I just need to rest. And then the next day, it's going to be really great. So we're going to just trust the process. We did our repetitions, we did our compression exercises, and we're just going to trust it and we're going to leave it. So I'm going to move on to the next section. Um, so I'm doing what's called compression exercises. So you swing the notes. You just play one note long, and then the next note super short, and the next note long. You just do that, and then I on the second time I will alternate it. And then that way, what I believe is happening is that it's teaching my fingers what it has to do when you're going super fast. So then when you play it as written, it actually feels slow to your hands. And so you can play it more evenly and more with more ease. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll play it as written. Yes, feeling good. Also, I am dripping. My flute is dripping, so I'm going to swab. I'm going to swab. Oh, and I should probably take a drink of water as well. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We are doing pretty good. Oh, you guys are so sweet to each other. It just makes me so happy. I cannot even tell you how happy that makes me. Like, I very, like, when I was in my master's and in that first year, I had the most seniority in my school, and I just remember being basically placed by default. I still had to do the placement audition, but I got placed by default into like principal flute, and it was so weird to me because I had never been principal flute before that. And I decided that I was like, well, if I'm principal flute, then I'm going to create the flute section of my dreams, which is that everyone is kind, and you have to be kind in how you speak to each other, and uplifting, and because my belief is that if you feel safe, you will naturally be more relaxed, and you will be more receptive to learning. You will grow better and faster, and you'll improve much more if you feel like you're in a safe place to grow. And you play better. You just express better when you are more relaxed and you feel safe. Because if you have your guard up, then you're not going to express as well anyway. And yeah, I have to say, I was told that I was successful. And to see that here in the chat is like, it feels really good. Like, it feels really good to have done it again, So, yeah. All right. Good night, Jane. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful sleep. But yeah, that's it. That's why I think it makes me so happy to see you guys so kind to each other in the chat, because I feel like I've done it again. I feel like I've made a safe place to be a flutist. Yeah, it feels good. It feels so good. Hey, Nicholas, how are you? Hey, Susie. I'm your principal flute. Oh, dear. It looks like I set a new standard at that school. I saw pictures afterwards of way after I graduated, years after I graduated, and one of the first years that I had taken under my wing when I was there had become the most senior flutist there, or one of the most senior flutists there, and like, she was just caring for her underclassmen. Like, they had all these pictures where they're just like hugging and laughing, and it just made me so happy. It made me so happy. And like, the comments that they had underneath, they called her sister, big sister. And like, I think to have that kind of rapport and camaraderie in a flute section at that time was very rare. And it just feels so good. It feels so good to have set that example. How was your orchestra rehearsal, Nicholas? What were you guys playing? I don't know if it bears like saying again, but I still love this. Okay, Let's do more compression exercises. Here we go. Which, by the way, are working really well. Hi, Chris. How are you? You can tell, right? Okay, what I just figured out from now we've done these compression exercises for days now. What I'm realizing is that the parts that I had a lot of trouble with are all parts that have A flats and G sharps all over the freaking place. And so from doing the compression exercises, I can feel when I like flail and I stretch. So this is a great way to practice keeping everything nice and relaxed and curved. You're hearing more direction. Yeah, I'm feeling more direction too. Like I feel like I can let go and have more direction. Does that make sense? Mr. Shadow, hello. You just started learning the flute. Welcome. You have a Nikon from the 60s. I have not heard of a Nikon flute. I'm so curious. Interesting. So, Japanese flute, Nikon. Oh, that's so interesting. I just saw one on Nikon. Oh, but this is YFL 221. So is Nikon? Yeah, it's Japanese, right? It was Yamaha before Yamaha. Wow. I learned something new. Thank you for telling me. I did not know that. That's so cool. I'm guessing it plays really well. You know? Yes, we tend to want to phrase every note and it just doesn't work. That is a great way of putting it. That is a great way of putting it. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to try and play it as written. Okay, the only thing was I just wasn't prepared for that high F sharp. That was it. Otherwise, not too bad. We're going to count that as okay. It's like putting ketchup on everything. Like, oh, some people would argue with you on that one. I'm not one of those people, but I know people. Oh, it is so true. Yes. Yes, yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. All right, we're going to do last section. Other way. We might need to like drill that last bit a bit more. But thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we will play it as written very soon, right after I swab this a little bit more. Linny, you've been considering this Ibert third movement as a competition piece, but it looks like such a beast. It is a beast, but if you have time, do it. The only reason why it's taken me so long to study this is because I only have 4 or 5 hours of practice a week. The rest of the time, I am teaching or making reviews. So, you know, there's only so much time. Okay, let's do this. All right. There's a couple of parts that I want to do just for my lip flexibility. All right, it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, we're going to leave that and then continue rememorizing some of Rapid as Wildfires. By the way, one of the ways that I teach my students to do double tonguing is to single tongue on your hand, so you understand how the airstream feels when you're doing it on your hand, and then do it double tonguing. So go between 2, 2, 2 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Your 2 coups should feel the same as your 2s. If they both feel the same, they will sound the same. That's 2, 2, 2, and then 2, 2, 2, 2. So the 2 coups should feel exactly the same as the 2s. So that's a great way to just kind of like have some sort of physical feedback while you're practicing double tonguing. So you can try that. All right, let's do Rapid as Wildfires. Okay, so I think I was working on this part here. Yes, you can flip them as well. Ku, tu, ku, tu, ku, tu, or ku, ku, ku. Yeah, that's great. Yes, exactly. Yeah, try all combinations, essentially. There we go. Pentatonic scale. Cheers. That part is surprisingly difficult to memorize. But anyway, I did say that I need to get back into editing right after this. So I'm going to clean up now. Let's switch back over to here, to here. You're so welcome, Victor. So welcome as always. And thank you for making sure I stay hydrated. I do appreciate that. Okay. That was fun. That was fun, but I am tired. I think I'm just tired from the day. Thank you for joining, Mr. Shadow. Okay, let's clean up because it's very important to clean up. So I always clean up on stream here. But okay, so reflecting on what just happened, the Ibert is going very well. Like I'm finally really feeling like I'm getting very comfortable with this very hard part. And as it turns out, it's really just because I'm finally not reaching like this. Like the compression exercises really helped me not reach like crazy, so that it's smoothing that out like crazy now. Very happy about that. I have not yet had a chance to do that. I think I will do that maybe next month. And the reason for that, I'll just tell you guys straight up here. I haven't I haven't said it at all. Partially because I'm still trying to figure out, like, you know, do I still put out content while I am away? Because I'm going to be away. I'm going to be away from April 18th to May 2nd, and then I will be home. But I will be out of town, and in fact, out of the country. So I'm going on vacation. I have not decided yet if I'm going to tell you guys where I'm going, but I will definitely tell you guys when I'm back. Mostly it's just a private vacation type of thing, and I just want to make sure that you know, I respect John's privacy as well, because we're going on vacation together. But yeah, so we are going away for 2 weeks. And then because it is far away, I need another week to recover. So I will have jet lag. I'm very confident I will have jet lag. So I'm giving myself a week to recover. I don't know if during my recovery week I might get bored and want to show up on stream anyway. We don't know. So that's kind of what's going on right now. Look how dry that is. Look how dry that is. It is gorgeous. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm loving this thing so much. Oh my God. But yeah, so I haven't decided yet if I am going to make some, like, because I have one video that I have made as like a just in case. And I'm not sure if I will finish that though before I leave, because it is absolutely a bum rush of things to do before I go away. So, you know, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a great time. I'm so excited. This is a trip that we were supposed to take in 2020 when the world shut down. So we are finally doing it 4 years later. But thank you so much, guys, for respecting my privacy. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. I am the world's most spoiled content creator. I swear. So thank you. I do intend on telling you guys afterwards. In fact, I might even vlog. I don't know. I might. And because like I was thinking about it, and then John was like, "Are you gonna vlog?" And I was like, "When does John ask me if I'm going to vlog because he's a very, very private person. John's very private. I mean, the fact that I've even told you guys so much about TSW is like already crazy. But like he's very, very private, and he was like, "Are you gonna vlog?" I'm like, yes, when the world went on flambe. Exactly. Yes. When the world went on flambe, we were supposed to go on this trip, and then we couldn't because our flight got canceled for obvious reasons. But yeah, I think we would have done this trip sooner if not for John's skin. But his skin it's not completely gone. Just so you guys know, we're still dealing with it. We're still dealing with TSW. However, it is much better than before. It is at a point where we feel like we can lead a normal life, more or less, and we can travel, you know? So yeah, that's what we're working with. But anyway, I'm going to get back into editing. Thank you all so very much for joining me today, joining me on my mid-afternoon break, late afternoon work break. Yeah, this is the best. I thank you for providing such a wonderful space for me as well to come in and just be a nerd. I think that like nurturing the nerd in me has been very, very good for my mental health. So thank you. Hey, all good. You guys are never obliged to show up for the entire stream, okay? Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy the video that I put up. Chances are I'm not going to be able to finish it tonight. I don't think I can. I could probably get a rough draft done tonight, but I think I need to spend more time editing it tomorrow. So normally I have it already up and going on Friday morning for my paying members, but I don't think I can do it. So it's probably going to be a tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon type of thing, in which case it will be released late afternoon on Saturday for the rest of you guys. So yeah. Will do. I think I actually have enough footage. I have too much footage. So I want the video to be a pretty bare bones, like this is the swab in action. And because I think that's what people will want to see when they look at this video. They want to see the swab in action. They want to know that it works. They want to know that it works well. They want to see my reaction to it. And they want to know how to care for it, you know? So I think I might keep it fairly bare bones for that. So Carlos, hello, welcome back. How are you? I'm so sorry I have to go and edit a video for you guys. You're so welcome. Yeah, I finished. I figured that you can be the one who does all your promo stuff, and then I think my video should really be on like the action of this working. Look at that. Look at all my slobber on there. Delicious. Of course, I'm so happy to review this. It's my main swab now. Of course, I'm happy to. All right. If you guys want one of your own, even before the review comes out, CAM.VOYAGE.online.com in the description box below. All right, get yourself one. It's fantastic. I love it. Okay, off I go. Mwah. Please take care of yourselves to the best of your ability. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Take care of yourselves, please, okay? Because there's no music without the musician. Alrighty? Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.